Welcome to my ENGG4500 Assignment 2 puzzle called Locker Box. The goal of this puzzle, as you may know, is to promote the successful completion of the puzzle for blind users, whilst preventing successful completion of the puzzle by the fully sighted user. The objective to complete my puzzle is to solve this 5-digit combination lock and open the box. Sounds very simple. As you can see, there are at least 4 individual components, and I have not used Braille anywhere throughout. There is also a wide range of colours used, which I will discuss in a second. The size is slightly bigger than the nominal suggested. As you can see, the entire box is operated manually. The lock is also handy, as it has bumps on the zeros for the blind user to feel. First, I'll show how the successful combination is found, which is the numbers 44316. The key to the puzzle is these 5 shapes, which the blind user can feel easily. The combination can be found by the number of sides on each 2D corresponding shape. For example, the square would be 4. The only thing left for the user to solve the combination is having the correct order of the shapes. This can be done in one of 2 ways, or 2 solutions. If you feel the shapes, you immediately notice they are different weights. If these are placed in order from lightest to heaviest, then you would have your correct sequence. Otherwise, if you don't notice the weights, there's also these small bumps which are hard to notice visually. The texture of these can be felt, and they range from 1 to 5. This also gives the user the correct combination. Now, let's see how our sighted and blind users did when solving the puzzle, and the things that assisted or obstructed them along the way. On the screen now, you'll see the instructions that I gave them. In particular, I'll draw your attention to number 1, where it says use what's inside the box. Even though that's directly stated, you'll see soon that this sighted user goes beyond this and looks outside the box. Some instructions, see point 2 and 3, were given to assist the blind user in particular. Our sighted user straight away notices recognizable puzzles on the outside of the box and jumps straight into solving them, even though these actually mean nothing and are outside the box. The information of the riddles on the sides of the box confuse him, as well as the visual cues of the matching colors, as we'll see shortly. After not being able to solve the outside of the box puzzles, he moves on to looking at the shapes. However, the shapes confuse him, as he tries to find some sort of connection between the shape colors and the matching colors around the box. You can see again and again as I skip through the recording that he is very confused as he tries to process the vast amount of visual clues, which, as we know, won't help at all. When he finally does look at the shapes and notices the weight and feels the dots, he is still confused as he tries to connect this with the colors that he can also see. Eventually, after nearly 30 minutes of trying, he guesses a code which is completely wrong, based upon a mixture of the riddles that he tried to solve and the shapes inside the box. Moving on to our blind user, noting that for our test the user was only blindfolded and was not in fact permanently visually impaired. What is obvious immediately as he feels around the box is that he doesn't have the same large amount of clues that the sighted individual had, as he can only feel a normal box and can't feel the puzzles that are painted on the outside. He moves straight onto the shapes, as they are the only clues he has. Almost immediately as he picks them up, he notices the weight. He arranges them in order from lightest to heaviest. Shortly after, he also feels the textures of the dots. All he needs now is to find the digits for each shape. He first tried the amount of faces on each shape. When this didn't work, he quickly worked out that it must be the number of edges on the 2D shape and opened the lock. This took only just over 8 minutes in total and was much easier and faster than our sighted user. Thanks for listening. My name's Timothy Aebi, and this was the Locker Box.